Hey there! Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving into the world of accounting. I'm going to share with you 7 essential tips on how to be a good accountant, whether you're just starting out or looking to sharpen your skills. Being a good accountant is about way more than just being good at math. So, if you're ready to level up your accounting game and set yourself apart in the world of numbers, this video is for you. Let's get started. First things first, let's talk about the foundation of it all. Understanding the basics. You can't build a skyscraper on a shaky foundation, right? The same goes for accounting. You need a strong grasp of the core principles before you can even think about diving into the more complex stuff. We're talking about things like debits and credits, the bread and butter of accounting. You need to know them like the back of your hand. Then there are financial statements, your balance sheets, income statements, cash flow statements. These are basically snapshots of a company's financial health, and you need to know how to prepare, analyze, and interpret them. And let's not forget about tax regulations. Taxes are a fact of life, and as an accountant, you need to be up to date on all the latest tax laws and regulations. Trust me, you don't want to mess with the IRS. Mastering these fundamental concepts is absolutely crucial because they form the bedrock of everything you'll do in accounting. Think of it this way. You wouldn't try to run before you can walk, right? Now you might be thinking, this all sounds pretty basic, and you're right, it is. But that's exactly why it's so important. A lot of people overlook the basics, thinking they're too advanced for it. But let me tell you, even seasoned accountants need to revisit these fundamental concepts from time to time. Because here's the thing, accounting is all about precision. One small error in your understanding of the basics can snowball into a much bigger problem down the line. So my advice to you is this: take the time to really master the fundamentals. Because when you have a solid grasp of the basics, everything else in accounting becomes a whole lot easier. Alright, let's talk about a skill that's absolutely crucial in accounting: attention to detail. This isn't just about being good with numbers, it's about having a laser-like focus on every single digit, every decimal point, every single entry you make. Think of it like this. You're building a financial puzzle, and every number is a piece of that puzzle. If even one piece is out of place, the whole picture falls apart. It's the same with accounting. One small mistake can throw off an entire financial statement, leading to some pretty big consequences. We're talking about potentially misrepresenting a company's financial health, which could mislead investors, creditors, and even the IRS. And trust me, you don't want to be on the wrong side of the IRS. So, how do you cultivate this superpower of attention to detail? Well, it starts with being organized. Keep your workspace tidy, create a system for filing documents, and use color coding if that helps you. The key is to eliminate any distractions and create an environment where you can really focus. Next up, double-check your work. And I don't just mean giving it a quick once-over, I mean going through it line by line, making sure every single calculation is correct. It's better to catch a mistake early on than to have to go back and fix it later when it's a much bigger headache. Attention to detail isn't something you can just switch on and off. It's a habit you need to develop over time. Let's face it, the world of finance is constantly changing. New tax laws are passed, accounting standards get updated, and industry regulations can change like the wind. It can be tough to keep up. But here's the thing, as an accountant, staying updated on these changes isn't optional, it's absolutely essential. Think about it, your clients or your employer rely on you to give them accurate and up-to-date financial advice. And if you're basing that advice on outdated information, well, that's a recipe for disaster. So, how do you stay ahead of the curve? Well, it starts with making it a habit to stay informed. Subscribe to industry publications, follow reputable financial news sources, and set aside some time each week to catch up on the latest developments. But don't stop there. Attending workshops and conferences is another great way to stay updated and network with other professionals in the field. These events often feature experts who can give you insights into the latest trends and best practices. And hey, why not consider joining a professional organization? Being part of a group like the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, AICPA, gives you access to a wealth of resources. Staying updated takes time and effort, but trust me, it's an investment worth making. Now let's talk about a skill that's often overlooked in accounting communication. You might be thinking, wait, isn't accounting all about numbers? And while yes, numbers are a huge part of it, being able to effectively communicate those numbers is just as important. Think about it. You'll be working with clients or colleagues who may not have a background in accounting. It's your job to explain complex financial information in a way that they can understand, without all the technical jargon. This means being able to break down complex concepts into simpler terms, using clear and concise language. Imagine you're explaining something to a friend who knows nothing about accounting. How would you explain it to them? But it's not just about explaining things clearly, it's also about being a good listener. Your clients or colleagues might have questions or concerns, and it's important to really listen to them and address their needs. Remember, communication is key in any profession, but it's especially important in accounting. Let's be real, the days of doing accounting by hand are long gone. Technology has revolutionized the way accounting is done, and if you want to be a successful accountant in this day and age, you need to be tech savvy. We're talking about mastering essential software tools like Excel. Seriously, Excel is an accountant's best friend. From creating spreadsheets and analyzing data to automating tasks and building financial models, Excel is a must-have skill. Then there's accounting software like QuickBooks, Xero, and Sage. These programs streamline accounting tasks, automate processes, and provide real-time insights into a company's financial health. Knowing your way around these programs is essential for any aspiring accountant. But it's not just about knowing how to use the software. It's about understanding how technology is shaping the accounting industry as a whole. We're talking about things like cloud-based accounting, artificial intelligence, and blockchain technology. These technologies are transforming the way accounting is done, and staying ahead of the curve will give you a major competitive advantage. So how do you become more tech proficient? Well, start by taking some online courses or tutorials. Remember, in today's digital age, technology proficiency is no longer optional for accountants. Now let's talk about something that's non-negotiable in the world of accounting, ethics, and integrity. This isn't just about being a good person, it's about upholding the very foundation of the accounting profession. As an accountant, you're entrusted with sensitive financial information. People are literally trusting you with their money, their businesses, their livelihoods. That's a huge responsibility, and it requires the highest ethical standards. It starts with confidentiality. The information you have access to is confidential and you need to treat it as such. No sharing sensitive data, no gossiping about clients, no exceptions. Then there's adhering to ethical guidelines. The accounting profession has strict codes of conduct that govern everything from financial reporting to professional behavior. Familiarize yourself with these guidelines and make sure you're always operating within those boundaries. And let's not forget about conflicts of interest. These can be tricky, so it's important to be aware of any potential conflicts and disclose them up front. Transparency is key here. There might be times when you're tempted to bend the rules, especially when there's pressure to make numbers look a certain way, but trust me, it's not worth it. Your reputation is everything in this business. So, always err on the side of caution and do the right thing, even when no one is watching. Here's the thing about the accounting world. It never stands still. New technologies emerge, regulations change, and best practices evolve. That's why the most successful accountants are those who are committed to continuous learning. This isn't just about keeping your skills sharp. It's about expanding your knowledge base, staying ahead of the curve, and becoming a thought leader in your field. It's about being that go-to person who always has the answers. So, how do you make continuous learning a part of your accounting journey? Well, it starts with being curious. Don't be afraid to ask questions, challenge the status quo, and seek out new information. Then, there's pursuing advanced certifications. Whether it's becoming a certified public accountant, a certified management accountant, or specializing in a specific area like forensic accounting, these certifications demonstrate your expertise and commitment to professional growth. But continuous learning isn't just about formal education. It's also about staying up to date with industry trends by reading books, attending webinars, and following thought leaders in the accounting space. Remember, in the world of accounting, the learning never stops. So there you have it. Those are my 7 essential tips to help you become a good accountant. Remember, success in this field is a journey, not a destination. It requires dedication, a commitment to continuous learning, and a whole lot of attention to detail. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more accounting tips and career advice. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, Being a good accountant isn't just about crunching numbers, it's about making a real difference in people's financial lives.